that neighbor of yours or that colleague of yours or that classmate that you know is very good and they can innovate something, or maybe they already have a prototype and they need Kiprono Meto, the chief executive, or rather the executive director of YADSTI. Karibu sana. Thank you. Innovations existing in Kenya, and it's our hope that this competition will contribute immensely towards harnessing those innovations. As you know, science, technology, and innovation is one of the bedrocks of Vision 2030 and a key enabler of economic growth and transformation. The partnership which we have created with Singularity University, based in Silicon Valley, which is the fountain of technological innovations, is invaluable for us, since it will enable us to tap into the exponential and advancing breakthrough technologies taking place in the Silicon Valley. Before I continue, I think it would be wise for me to introduce YADSTI. And for those of you who've heard, YADSTI was founded in the University of Nairobi. You've heard Dr. Wera talk about that. And it is basically an initiative of young scientists with an objective of promoting science, technology, and innovations as a tool for development. We have a multifaceted mandate, which is with a strong focus on the youth. And this mandate is actually defined by what we call our 4 pillars of excellence, what we call the strategic thrusts. One of them being youth empowerment and capacity building. We have another one called promotion of STNI, that is science, technology, and innovation. And another mandate called knowledge sharing and transfer. And the final one, job creation and entrepreneurship. So if you are to look critically into this global impact competition, it cuts across all those pillars of excellence. Because we are talking of a partnership with Silicon Valley. So that means there is knowledge transfer going to take place between the Silicon Valley and Kenya. When we talk of job creation and entrepreneurship, these innovations and ideas that come up will lead to the formation of startup companies, which eventually lead to job creation and entrepreneurship. And it will be interesting for many of you to know that YADSTI, after being transformed from just a club in the University of Nairobi into an agency that is running the way it is right now, many youth have really changed their mentality. We have had what we call the paradigm shift, from going to look for jobs to going to create jobs. And we are proud as an institution because you can see what we are doing is really gearing towards job creation. And that is why we are proud to identify with people like Chuma Mwatata, because these are the institutions that will support the youth initiatives towards entrepreneurship. It will also be interesting to note that Vision 2030 will not be realized if the youth do not take the stage, understand it, and hone it up. And I think that's a going debate that we're having with the Vision 2030 people, and we are saying how can the youth participate in promoting Vision 2030, promoting STNI, job creation, and entrepreneurship. So I'm very glad that YADSTI presents itself as that platform where the youth can now come and talk the same language, have a high concentration of innovations and ideas, and then from there, we can see how these ideas can be transformed into reality. And I'll also be keen to mention the fact that institutions like the National Council for Science and Technology are very supportive of these initiatives. This is witnessed by the fact that we recently entered into a working relationship with the National Council, because NCST is a focal point when you talk of science, technology, and innovation in Kenya. And that is why they have now adopted YADSTI as their youth component. And from here, we expect to enroll as many youth as we can. We are now talking of the University of Nairobi only, but I think in the next coming few months and years, we are going to see a stronger institution that is able to advocate for the youth issues, to be able to champion for STNI, and to be able to transform this country in more ways than we can imagine. Therefore, this competition demonstrates and creates an opportunity for the youth not only in Kenya, but also to interact with the youth not only in Kenya, but also in developed countries. And also, I would like to reiterate the fact that now we are talking of the national innovation system that is coming up. How are we going to get innovations that can be put into those structures that exist? Professor Mwangi Wanderi will be mentioning briefly that Chandaria Innovation and Incubation Center and KU have a partnership. And we are working closely with them to ensure that some of these innovations can be supported. And that is why we have the NCST people and the Youth Fund and the Vision 2030, so that we can all talk strategically the same language towards
realizing this big dream of Vision 2030. I also would like to indicate the fact that when these people whom we are saying will identify from this competition proceed to Singularity University, Emily did mention that it brings together the best innovators from about 35 countries. Perhaps the point of interest now is why Kenya? In Africa, it's only Kenya that's running this competition. This is the first one that is going to happen this year, and we'll have others to come. And Kenya, for this time round, will receive 2 slots. So that means Kenya will be sending the best brains to Singularity University every year. And that, for in itself, brings in what we are talking of the Konsa Techno-City. And being the Silicon Savannah in Kenya, we feel that this is a great opportunity that we can now start tapping into those innovations in the Silicon Valley. I also would like to reiterate the support of all members of YADSTI, those who have already gone through the program and those who are in the university, and our friends. We cannot do without you. That is why we insist on strategic partnerships. YADSTI has so far entered into about 3 partnerships, one with the Kenya Meteorological Department, one with CARI, and we have Dr. Makini there. Another one with Kenya Agricultural Productivity and Agribusiness Project. We have Dr. Caleb Ikito here. The latest one with NCST. And we're working in the process of entering more of these partnerships with the Vision 2030 people and also with the Youth Fund. So that in itself will enable us to create that platform where all of us, the youth and innovators, can be able to talk the same language. And in conclusion, I don't want to take much of our time. I wish to appreciate the presence of people from KIPI because we are talking of high PR issues. The innovations that are coming to be displayed need to be packaged in a way that the owners of these ideas don't feel that they are aggrieved in any way. And we'll be working closely with KIPI. We are launching the competition today, but we'll have a period of close to 1 month where this process will now be put into more context, so that by the end of this process, we'll be coming here again to now officially announce the winners of the contest. And then from there, we'll have that process of preparing them to proceed to Singularity University. Thereafter, we can see the fruits of the initiatives that we are taking. So I don't want to take much time. I want to sincerely...
I hope youths are watching.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Bwana Mutibo. I hope the youth are watching. I'm also a youth, so I'm also watching myself. Great initiative by this institution that we're here to launch the global, it's called the Global Impact Competition. I'm very happy because as a fund,